Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, July 11th. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, protests continue to sweep the nation over the killing of two African-American men in Minnesota and Louisiana. This as the fear of threats against police simmers nationwide. Now, investigators say the deadly ambush in Dallas last week was carried out in revenge. With all of that going on, a representative with the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund is calling for calm on both sides and reminding residents that police are here to protect them. Byron Scott has more from downtown D.C.
Saying more needs to be done to protect police officers, the president and CEO of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund has issued a statement.
It was a gut-wrenching incident to wake up Friday morning and hear that 5 law enforcement officers had been brutally assassinated by a person who had a hatred toward police.
Craig Floyd's statement comes in the wake of the deadly shootings in Dallas last Thursday. 12 cops were shot. 5 of them died. The alleged gunman, 25-year-old Micah Johnson, was killed by a robot bomb.
Most of us never come in contact with a law enforcement professional. So as a result, unfortunately, a few isolated incidents have been used by others to paint a broad brush about police and how they maybe don't conduct themselves in a professional and proper manner. And that's just not accurate.
It had been a peaceful protest Thursday night as members of the Black Lives Matter movement marched through the streets of Dallas. Many were angered by the recent shooting deaths of Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge and Philando Castile in Minnesota. Not far from Floyd's office is the National Law Enforcement Memorial, with the names of more than 20,000 police who died while on the line of duty throughout U.S. history. It does not yet include the victims in Dallas. The memorial continues to grow.
All the policemen that I know, they want to help people. This is the way they want to help people. And they're being shot down just for one, what they do, their job, and 2, the race. And so I don't know. I think it would be so scary now to be a police officer. You know, what do you do? Because you know that you have a bullseye on you.
Oh, it's just such it's just so hard to talk about sometimes. We need to get along. We need to come back. We need to bring back everybody and everything. And the world is going to a place where I don't think anybody wants to be.
This divisiveness between police and the citizenry has got to end because all of us benefit when we work together in partnership to keep our community safe.
With the dust yet to settle on Dallas, the finger-pointing is well underway. Some are blaming the president, others blaming the gun lobby, others blaming protesters. But as Floyd says, unless all sides come to the table and talk, nothing will be accomplished. In the nation's capital, Byron Scott, CTV News.
Thank you for that story, Byron. As Dallas prepares for a memorial service for its fallen officers tomorrow, the head of police for that department says he will not rest until a full investigation is completed. Chief David Brown held a press conference today. The 55-year-old says the force will exhaust every lead and leave no stone unturned until it is clear if 25-year-old Micah Johnson was the lone shooter. Chief Brown went on to talk about the difficulties of policing in a nation where he says men and women in blue are expected to solve all of society's problems without the proper support and training.
Well, Senator Ben Cardin meets with the Montgomery County Council this afternoon to discuss a host of regional issues, including transportation and security.
The issues that concern us the most on local security and international security is terrorism. How terrorism is dealt with, both with the what we see on the safety in our neighborhoods. And part of it is the relationship between police and the community. We saw that in Baltimore, and now we've seen it in other parts around the country. And then the tragic episode in Dallas. So yes, I'm sure that we'll get into the security issues.
Cardin, who is the lead sponsor of federal legislation to end racial profiling, says he's concerned about the bill's status because Congress is nearing the end of its calendar and is yet to act on it. You are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
I'm Denise Douglas. After the break, we talk